covers head. And a lot of shouting going on. He could be run out. Yes, I'd say he is. In fact, Steve Dunn gives him out, not even able to get back as Dravid in this second game. As Dharmasena throws the stumps down, Dravid a good metre short, and the Sri Lanka, this competition being played.
They lost their first game, and at one point their survival in the series was a question mark. But Sri Lanka able to rise up from the ashes, and first they become top of the group table and then become the champions of the series. Pakistan looks strong when starting the series, but they were not being able to maintain the momentum and ended up as the runners-up. Big heartbreak for India, they eliminate before entering to the finals. As predicted, New Zealand were the last in the table, but they were able to give a good fight till the last moment. Nethan Astel's all-rounding performance was the best moment for Team New Zealand.
For the bowlers, because they're really coming after the ball when it goes over the top here. There's no man at mid-wicket, but even if there was one at each mid-wicket, we won't even come into the picture. So in his for 6. And with that 6, he gets on to his 50. And what a mighty hit that was, posting the 100 as well for the New Zealand. And again, beautifully played. He played that late so that he could get the placement right. And the ball had enough legs on it to reach the fence. He has. Beautifully tied. That's his century. His 4th century, 1 day internationals. And he'll never have played a better one. He scored his runs in quick time, and everyone at this lovely ground in Chandigarh have appreciated his knock. He's got him this time, looking to play across the line. He does have it. Later the attack. And 4. Well taken by Chris Harris at point. And that's a big blow for New. Not going to do. Oh, he's whacked that one. That's a good shot. Oh, he's got him. Oh, wow. What a catch. East New Zealand is attacking everything tonight. Wow. They like to taken the bails are off, and actually the umpire wants to have a little look at this one. And the umpire...
Till date, 11 players took 4 or more wickets and scored 50 or more runs in a single game. Surprisingly, this elite list was originated from a Zimbabwe all-rounder. Duncan Fletcher's performance gives surprise to Australian team in 1983 World Cup, and they lost the game. Viv Richards' performance was the best among the list. He smashes a century and took 5 for in the same game. Before Astel, this performance was displayed by Sean Pollock against England at Cape Town in 1996. Last time this type of display happened in the subcontinent in 1988 by Shrikant. One notable thing is, none of the Sri Lankans able to did this till now. Because of the elimination, New Zealand were able to build only 3 innings. 285 for 7 against Pakistan is their best and only match-winning occasion. 162 all-out against Sri Lanka is their lowest as well as tournament lowest score. Only 2 batters able to score beyond 100 runs mark. Astel had a fantastic series. He scored 218 runs with a century and a 50 and ended up as the 4th best run getter in the series. Even without a single 50, Matt Horne was the next player who passed 100 runs, and he was able to score 109 with 36.33 average. Young was too short for getting 100 runs, and Perore was the 4th in the list. Altogether, New Zealand batters hit 5 sixers and 47 boundaries. Like a bat, Astel leads the bowling department as well. He took 7 wickets and completes the series as the 4th best bowler as well. Not much satisfactory figure from New Zealand bowling camp. Larson took 6 wickets and the debutant, Shane O'Connor, took 3 in his only game. Overall, they took only 18 wickets in the series. Only 350-plus scores for New Zealand, and out of that, top 2 belongs to Astel. He scored 117 against Pakistan and 92 against India. Only other half-century scored by Young against Pakistan. Horne scored 240-plus innings. From New Zealand point of view, it's Astel's series. Even the best bowling performance in an innings belongs to him. He took 4 for 43 against Pakistan. Larson and O'Connor took 3 wickets hauls against Sri Lanka. Not much joy for Perot behind the stumps. He got 3 dismissals in 3 games, as 2 catches and a stump. He was able to finish before Mongia, so ended up as the 3rd best keeper in the series. Like most of the time it was Harris who dominates the field. He took 3 catches in 3 games. Keynes took 2 catches and Macmillan, Davis and Fleming took 1 each. 155 runs steady first wicket partnership in the opening game gave New Zealand a good hope. But they were not being able to carry the same momentum. They managed to build 50+ stands for second and third wickets only. Rest of the wickets they lost the momentum in regular intervals and that impact their progress in the series. Now let's see the Indian records. In terms of totals, not much joy for them. They managed to score beyond 200 runs in all 3 occasions but not being able to score 300+ mark. Their highest score was 292 all out against Pakistan at Chennai. 2 100+ run getters in the team. Rahul Dravid was the highest run getter with 189 runs including a century and a 50. Sachin scored 123 with a century. Ganguly, Singh, Jadeja, and Kamboli scored 50 runs totals including a 50 each. Out of the remaining only Mongia able to cross double-figure total mark. Not much joy in Indian bowling department. Kumble was the highest wicket taker, yet he was able to grab only 4 in the series with an average of 35.75. Singh and Karavilla took 3 each and only Sachin and Sunil took the rest of the wickets. Altogether Indian bowlers took only 14 wickets. That was one of the reasons for their failure in the series. Sachin's century was a moment to celebrate to all Indian fans.
Which whacked that one away for 4. You can't be bowled short to Tendulkar. He's a magnificent pull player. Smashes that. Down the wicket he goes, over the top he goes. Is it all the way? Yes! In the... Well, I tell you what, that took a few folks a feint off. He smashed into the boards down there. Square leg.
The bend up there very quickly. Tendulkar has been looking at... Oh, that's beautiful. That's class. Played it solid. Swept. And in again. So 2 boundaries to end the over. Doesn't stop him. Brings it up with a magnificent boundary. What a shot to bring you that. Magnificent.
Records looks impressive for the 3 games. Indian batters able to score 2 centuries and 5 50s. Sachin's 117 was the highest in the series for them. Rahul Dravid scored the remaining century. They scored 1 century and a 50 against New Zealand and Pakistan and 3 50s against Sri Lanka. Again, bowling is kind of under average performance. 5 instances they able to grab 2 wickets each in an innings, 2 times against New Zealand and Sri Lanka and once against Pakistan. Abhi Karavilla's 2 for 22 was the best in the series for them. Mongia had a lazy series behind wickets. Out of 3 games he took only 1 catch. That performance ranked him in the last place among wicket keepers. Only 3 players grabbed catches during the series. Ganguly and Kambli took 2 each and remaining catch goes to Sachin. In terms of partnerships, Indian team did a proper justification. 169 runs partnership for the first wicket between Sachin and Sonrav in the first game gave them good boost in morale. In addition to that, they made another 100+ score for the third wicket and 50+ scores till to the wicket number 5. Poor performances from wicket number 7 to 10 and Mongia's name written in front of all those wickets. Pakistan lost the title but the walk home with a world record.
Again, they're racing away the boundary and now that they have lost Shahid After. Flashes through the offside, too much width. Poor delivery, goes over the top. Always safe, the ball was always going to carry far enough. But again, the flashes go, that's gone all the way. Timing and placement, unbelievable hit. So Quesada's under pressure. Now this should be a good contest, David Green. And that smash straight down the ground, or a boundary. And play it home to the stump. And he goes over the top, and very clean. One bounce over the rope. The ball. And Anwar goes here over the top. Again, lovely piece of timing. One bounce over square leg for 4.
Charging and going to the big one. It's a miscue, but it'll be good enough.
Yes, indeed. And instead here's their side and we're taking the inside, given what Salim Malik and Inzamam to follow. And sure Pakistan is looking for the big score and goal once again Saidan. And we'll have to wait and see if this has come off the back. This is another boundary for Pakistan. Yes, a boundary single. Don't strike here to Robinson. That should be it. It's 1200 in one-day international cricket. It's first against the Indians. It's been a superb knock by this flamboyant left-hander from Pakistan. And that was a brilliant start. And how nice to see not only his teammates cheering from the dressing room, but also the huge crowd here. Let's drive if he can. Robinson continues. In the air, over mid-off. A couple of bounces into the boundary. Pretty tough work for the bowler. Against India. Maybe it's the moon coming up. I think the players will be happy the sun's going down.
This time he puts it over mid-wicket. That's where he was looking to find the gap, and he's done so for 4. Just by getting a runner ball, if he gets half the number of balls to be bowled. And this one could be out for a ball on. And our understanding is open the edge. Going again and really trying to hit this one to 6. And it has gone. Well,
Continuing this move.
going again, this looks as though it's gone. Yes, it's gone. The fieldsman just watching it sail over. Got to get it in the block hole. He didn't. It was a big full toss, and he's just cued it a bit by comparison. Still goes.
Oh, that's brilliant batting. Can fix the deliveries. And he blazes at that one. And that will be Kumble. 186 side onward. That's very nicely played on the onside. To become the highest scorer in one-day cricket. He knows it. And the crowd rise up to cheer him as one. Terrific innings from Side Anwar. 190 not out. What a magnificent sight to see the crowd cheering him and him acknowledging. He knew at the moment he hit that ball, he knew it was going for 4 and he knew.
Sa'adat Anwar's record was set up after letting Richards to keep his record for 13 good years. Till date only 4 players went beyond 175 runs mark in 5 occasions. King Viv earned this privilege twice, against England in 1984 and against Sri Lanka in 1987. One notable fact is 3 South African batsmen able to mark their names in top 10 list in their short span of one-day games. Gary Kirsten scored 188 not out against UAE in 1996 World Cup. He didn't know he was just to break a world record by that time, so misses to take it under his name. Other notable fact is none of the Australian, Sri Lankan, or Zimbabwe batsmen among top 10 list. This leads to another interesting fact.
There's an appeal for a catch and he's out! Akram has broke.
He's out! He's been given out. I must say, it looked to me as though that... He's out! He's LBW the first ball for North. Well, it was well pitched up. He was a bit across it and... Another appeal! He's out! It's a hat-trick! Tendulkar is out first ball! LBW to Ep Javid. He's taken a hat-trick. 3 wickets. Bowled him all over the place. That was the in-swinger. Another marvellous delivery by Ep Javid. It's his 5th. He's caught him. He's caught down there at third man. And he's in the air. Yes. Out. And Aqib has got his 7th wicket, and to the top of the pile he goes. It is extraordinary.
After Anwar's innings, now Pakistan is holding the best batting innings and the bowling innings in one-day internationals. Both against India. Aqib made this performance in 1991 at Sharjah. With the Anwars ton, Pakistan marked their highest score as 327 for 5 in the series. Even against Sri Lanka in the group stage they scored 289 for 6. Against New Zealand they scored 263 for 9 but lost the match. In 2 finals they were all out for 224 in both the occasions. Undoubtedly Anwar is the top run getter. He scored 267 in the series and ranked as 2nd most run scorer in the series. Skipper Ramiz is the next man to go beyond 200 runs mark and he ended up as 5th in the list, followed by Ijaz as 6th with his 196. 3 other batters able to go past 100 runs mark. Pakistan camp is full with firepower and they scored 111 fours and 17 sixers during the series. Before series starts everyone questioned about Pakistan bowling ability. But they managed to earn 2 spots in top 3 list. Spinner Sachin was the highest wicket taker of the series with 14 wickets. He managed to get 144. With 2 5 wickets hauls, Ep Javid ranked 2nd in the Pakistan list and 3rd in the overall tournament best list. Malik was not being able to get big scores with his bat, yet he made the justification to his selection and grabbed 5 wickets. Rest of the players not display a notable performance. Only Anwar able to score a ton for Pakistan. Yet they managed to score another 6 50s in the series from 4 batters. Ijaz and Shahid scored 2 50s each. Ramiz and Moin scored 1 each. Only 1 big innings against India in the list. 2 against New Zealand and 4 against Sri Lanka. Aqib was having a wonderful series with the ball. He grabbed 2 5 wickets hauls here addition to his previous 2 instances, including the world record. Their ace spinner, Sachin grabs remain 3 spots. Like with the bat, wicket-keeper Moin was having a good series behind stumps. In his 5 games he took 2 catches and 3 stumpings and ended up as the 2nd best keeper in the series. Ijaz was the highest catcher for Pakistan with 3. Sachin and Azhar took 2 each. Haq, Hussain, and Afridi took 1 each. Just 1 century partnership for Pakistan. Yet they were able to build 50-plus stands for 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 7th wickets. During the series they built 1 century stand in 9 50-plus standards. 3 against India, 1 against New Zealand and 5 against Sri Lanka. Now let's see the records of champions. They had a good series as a team. 2 times they managed to cross 300 runs mark. More importantly both the occasions in the finals. They scored 259 against Pakistan in the group game, yet they lost it. Easily chase India's total by scoring 229 for 5. Their lowest in the series was 214 against New Zealand, yet they defended nicely to enter finals. This 300-plus totals gave their 5th and 6th successful occasions to score 300 runs or more in a game. The score of 339 for 4 at Mohali was their 3rd best ever score. Sri Lankan batsman dominates the whole series. Sanath Jayasuriya was having another remarkable tournament and he scored 306 runs in the series, the highest run getter in the series and the only man to cross 300 runs during the tour. Arjuna scored 229 with 3 50s and he was the third highest run scorer in the series. Rest of the Sri Lankan batsmen, Aravinda, Marvan, Roshan, and Hashan scored more than 3 figures to bring Sri Lanka into a comfortable stage. In the series, Sri Lankan batters scored 129 boundaries and 16 sixers. Sri Lankan bowling was not super impressive in terms of record perspective. Just like in the World Cup, wickets has been shared among the team. Sajiwa was the highest wicket taker and only Sri Lankan player to cross 10 wicket mark. He and Akab jointly share the second position in highest wicket takers list. But Sajiwa had an edge due to low runs consumption. Muralitharan took 7 wickets. Rest of the Sri Lankan bowlers took 5 wickets each. Impressive batting performance by Sri Lankan batters. They scored a century and 9 50s. Arjuna was leading the side with 3 50s under his belt. Aravinda having a roller coaster series, yet managed to score 2 50s. Roshan and Marvin scored much needed 50s when needed. Star of the show is Sanath. He managed to get 2 blasting 50s and a mammoth 151 not out.
Oh, he's whacked that one as well over the top. I wonder how long it's going to take him to put another third man down there. We've seen...
That's the way to the boundary. Just wide of Mongia. Oh, he loves it there. And another easy 4. India are going to have to think either about bowling somewhere else or... Now he goes over mid-on. What a good shot. He's got an eye like a dead fish, this man. And this time he goes over cover. Has he hit it well enough? Yes, he has. It's 6. Pace bowler. And there's another boundary. Not quite off the middle of the bat, but hit well enough to get to the rope.
And that's exactly what's happened there. He's fetched that from outside the off stump. He's had a go at that one, and it's gone in the gap. Another boundary for the blazing left-hander.
As soon as it was pitched up to Jayasuriya, spraying slightly outside off stump, Jayasuriya went
down the track, over the top, and into the crowd. Effortlessly struck there by Jayasuriya for another 6.
a hot silence as Jayasuriya came down the wicket, and that's Jayasuriya's 50.
Well, that's well played. He's got onto that one beautifully. Smashed it through the gap to the fence for 4. Nice 4. He's got it away again. It's a full toss, and he's flicked it away fine, and it's gone all the way. Go into the gap. That's well played. It's running over this fast outfield all the way to the fence for 4. As the Sri Lankan team blazes its way towards a victory here. In the air, 4. Well, I tell you what, he's timing this ball beautifully, and I really get the...
And this should be it. This has gone all the way to the fence. Pat on his back from the vice-captain, De Silva.
Boy, he's hit that one away down towards square leg, and that's lost it. Give you some idea of how hard he hit, taking control and knocking down the bat. As that one has flicked away down towards square leg.
Oh, Jayasuriya going for that one. And he's got it well and truly. It clears the sight board and into the stands. Yes. Oh, and he's got that one. Another 6. He's really in a hurry to finish this game off.
That one
Punches that one into the gap, and he'll settle for 1, so that's it. That's the record to Sanath Jayasuriya.
Well played, Sanath Jayasuriya, the highest score for Sri Lanka.
6 not out. Down the wicket he goes. He's whacked that one away. Will this go all the way? 1 bounce into the fence for 4. So that takes him to 150 side, and he wasn't going to mess around anymore.
Sanath breaks the Sri Lankan record as the highest individual innings for a Sri Lankan batsman. This was the first occasion a Sri Lankan player crosses 150 mark in one-day arena. In the top 10 list, Sanath managed to allocate 4 slots already. Aravinda was the man who held the record till then. He too appears in 4 instances. Basically, these duos dominating the whole list. Only Roy and Roshan able to grab some seats other than them. Sri Lankan highest individual score started from a number 10 batsman. In their first ever one-day international against West Indies in 1975, they got themselves all out for 86. At a point they were 9 for 58. At that moment number 10 batsman Somachandra De Silva stood up and scored much needed 21, which marks as the highest score for Sri Lanka. Then Sunil Wetthimuni grabs the record to his name in the next game by scoring a 50, which was their best innings for next 4 years. Again in 1979 World Cup Series he upgrades his record to 67 runs. His younger brother Siddharth breaks the record in 1982 by scoring 86 not out against England. Siddharth's record lasts only 7 months, and Sri Lankan most technical savvy player Roy scored the first ever Sri Lankan one-day 100 and took the record to his name. Again after 9 days gap he upgrades the score to 121 in Bengaluru. That record lasts for more than 12 years. Sanath with his maiden century breaks it in 1994 by scoring 140 in South Africa. After 15 months, in 1996 World Cupper of India took the record to his name, and it lasts another 14 months till Jayasuriya gain his record back to his name. Not a single 5 for or even 4 for instance for Sri Lanka. Sajiwa was the best performer. He took 3 wickets each in 3 instances. Muralitharan was the only man stands with Sajiwa. But from the other hand Chaminda Vaz made unorthodox world record by taking wickets from the first and the last ball of the innings.
Position for Sri Lanka. 3 men inside the circle on the offside. Oh, and he's got him. First ball. What a start for Sri Lanka. Chaminda Vaz going right through the gap. That was indeed a superb delivery by Chaminda Vaz, right in the block hole and going through Ganguly's bat and pad.
5 ஓட்டங்களுக்கு 6 விக்கெட் இழப்பு.
Last ball. He's hit that one high in the air. This will be caught. Muralitharan's coming around. He's a good catcher. Will he get this one? Yes, he's got him. Muralitharan's got him in the deep. And what a good over that was from Chaminda Vaz, finishing off with the wicket of Anil Kumble.
Romesh Kalia at Harana was having a super series behind stumps. By all means he was the best in the series. He grabs 3 catches and 5 stumpings. In the game against New Zealand, he took 4 dismissals and earned the Man of the Match award as well. 7 players earn seats in the catching list. Marvan, Hashan, Aravinda and Muralitharan took 3 catches in the series, whereas Dulip, Kumar, and Roshan took 1 each. Marvan and Hashan took 2 catches each in a match. Good partnerships gave Sri Lanka an upper hand all the time. During the series they managed to add up 3 century stands and 5 50 stands. First wicket stand of 148 was a new record for them. Previous record belongs to Sanath and Kalu, a stand of 129 against India at Colombo in 1996. A partnership of 153 for the 3rd wicket is their overall 8th best and 4th best for the 3rd wicket. Their partnership of 138 for the 2nd wicket is their overall 17th best performance. Sanath Jayasuriya earned another much-needed Man of the Series award due to his all-rounding performance. With a mammoth ton and 2 50s he scored 306 with the bat and grabbed 5 wickets with his left-arm spin. 2 goodbyes from New Zealand after the series. Their opening bowler Heath Davis was not called to the side after his game against India. So, that marks his last appearance in one-day games for New Zealand. He starts at 1994 April playing with Sri Lanka at Sharjah. During his short tenure he played 11 games, grabs 11 wickets with the best performance of 4 for 35 against Sri Lanka at Wellington in March this year. He was a promising player, but unfortunately, he had only short career in the game.
That ball dropped. Ian both mentioned last over that bowlers are so keen on bowling with the new ball. He swings all over the place. He's holding it across the seam. It's been clubbed straight back over his head. Overs, but they have lost those 2 wickets.
And another New Zealand legend stepped out after the series. It was Dipak Patel. He starts his one-day career in February 1987 against West Indies at Wellington. He serves New Zealand nearly a decade and played 75 games during that period. With a 50, that is 71 against West Indies, he scored 623 runs with the bat and grabbed 45 wickets with the best figure of 3 for 22 against Sri Lanka at Sharjah 1988. And took 23 catches. He was a pillar of New Zealand's success story in World Cup 1992 edition.
And look who is opening the bowling at the other end. Now, I asked you who you thought. Now, you've got it wrong here.
I've got it wrong. I mean, how am I supposed to predict this? I mean, this is unbelievable, to say the least. A spin bowler with a new ball, hasn't been used. Of course, 2 balls are used in the innings here. And Patel is opening the bowling to the Australian opening batsman.
Jeff March on strike to Patel. And just tickling it around the corner for a single.
That wraps up the series. Another title to Sri Lankan trophy cabinet. Lions roaring as usual after their World Cup win. Let's see what they're capable of with the new series next.